Hey guys, what's going on? A couple weeks ago, I made a video explaining what people might have missed in the zombies teaser at the end of the multiplayer reveal. And I wanted to just point out in that video that if Treyarch wanted you to see the stairs for Noct, I think they would have used a different or a better angle. What I think they were intended to do was show you the graffiti and maybe take a look at the graffiti on the wall. Obviously, the gun is pointing literally right towards it. They didn't even have to put a gun in the person's hands. They probably could have did something else. But I think a lot of people miss the fact that the rabbit is holding a film reel or a film strip. So on that, I spoke really quickly that maybe it's going to be another Kino theme, which is awesome. It's great. And a lot of this is wishful thinking, but it is pointing out some stuff that people missed. Or it can be where Infinite Warfare Zombies ended, maybe more about the movie theater and afterlife. And a big reminder to people: this is the purgatory part of the cycle, which is the second part, and obviously that is known because Primus, Ultimus, and Victus supposedly died. So if it does somehow connect to both Treyarch and Infinite Warfare Zombies, it does prove that they are in the afterlife because they may have died, maybe went on to the dark ether. But that stuff, I don't think anybody is 100% clear on what's going on. It's just the fact that they may have died at the end of Tag der Toten, and then this might also tie in the afterlife theater because once you die, you go into the afterlife. That's some stuff that people missed, but I did want to point it out. But for this, it's going to be mainly about the new images that were unlocked on pawntakespawn.com. And because of the nature of YouTube, um, like 99% of people do it for money and to kind of grow their channel and get their names out there. People tend to just upload something really quickly and miss everything. Not necessarily that they even miss it, they don't even look for anything. They just kind of like, hey, these are the new photos, and then they upload them. So I kind of want to point out what everybody missed, either accidentally or intentionally missed, because they don't really look for it. Like I said again, people just want to be the first one to upload stuff. Um, First things first, it's kind of silly, but I did want to point it out. This does look like a head with a shoulder, which is typical of the past loading screens that Treyarch used to do. They used to hide like heads and figures in it, and I probably should have it because I think it was kind of there in Die Rise of some sort, something like that. It's been in a couple loading screens, the comic book loading screens. But for starters, I'm going to start with the photo on the right, and I flipped it on its side, and people might already start seeing what they missed already. And I brightened it up all the way, and then I made the clarity all the way up also. Maybe even tweak the color. So I'm going to start with the photo on the right. Once you put the brightness all the way up, you start seeing cartoon characters. One here, and there's some on the back here. This one's upside down. Looks like maybe the rabbit again with ears. And then there is a face here that might be like, looks like maybe the ape that goes to the moon. I forget his name in Black Ops Arcade. I forget his name, the gorilla or ape, whatever. So anyways, that's some stuff I wanted to point out. I'm going to zoom in to it so you can see it a little bit better. This one is upside down, so you see the white eyes and the black part of the eyeball. They're kind of almost looking down the nose and maybe a mouth. Maybe rabbit ears of some sort or a hat or something. So you start seeing like different cartoon characters, and I'm going to explain what I think that means. So that was just one of them. That one's upside down. Like you got to kind of flip the photos. And funny enough, like Blundell talked about that in the past. People don't like put the effort in anymore. I don't even think people even like turn the photos or anything trying to see what's there. This one is the most obvious one. Like you see a mouth, the white eyes and the black part of the eye. Maybe wearing like a black overall orange shirt of some sort. Maybe same thing like a hat or black hair. It's obviously a cartoon character of sorts, and I'll tell you how I think that all fits in. And this one was another one like eyes, nose, and mouth, and an odd shape looking head or something like that, which is kind of funny. What I think it is, and you're gonna see in the next image how it all maybe pieces together, ties together, along with the one from last time. It looks like it's hinting at, again, or more clues towards some type of afterlife theater, Kano theater maybe, how the bodies are stacked almost similarly as that, and maybe this is playing on the screen in the background. Maybe the bodies, the way they're piled, is supposed to mimic the way it was piled in the trailer. Unless I missed anything else, but like I said, in the cartoon theme, um, that's reflecting onto the outfits of the dead soldiers. So what it looks like also, something like this. This is probably the best way to describe it. Like maybe it's the afterlife, maybe before or after the Beast from Beyond, maybe even in between or something like that. And it's the cartoon characters that are on the screen. The screen's really bright. The theater is probably dark and with no power. And some actually it's funny, no power, but then the screen's on, or maybe it's just darkly lit. So I'm gonna backtrack again. So same thing like that. The soldiers might be dead in the theater, and this is playing on the screen somehow, and it's reflecting onto the soldiers because they are in like 1940s Nazi uniforms, maybe even medieval. This looks kind of like metallic, medieval, and it's reflecting onto the outfits of the dead soldiers because this is like the head, the back of a soldier, the waist, and then like the top or the bottom part of the torso, and then these might be his legs down this way. And then, like I said, there was definitely a cartoon character reflecting on some of the outfits and stuff like that. There might be more, but I don't want to kind of dive too much into it. But you start seeing maybe a reflection from the movie screen. Maybe they're dead on the floor in front of the movie screen. Again, the way these are all piled up, maybe it's there to mimic the same thing, and at the same time reflecting what's playing on the screen. Um, and then the next part, just want to briefly go over. Sorry, this image. I think people might have noticed this one, but I still wanted to include it. This is obviously the back of a German soldier, maybe Russian, and then two zombies coming towards them. And that actually reminded me a lot of the teaser image or 10-second teaser in the multiplayer reveal. That the same soldiers, maybe it's the same thing. I keep thinking about maybe the giant where something's coming through a teleporter, maybe a portal. Maybe this is the portal. They're standing there. They don't know what's coming through. Maybe they fiddled around with something. Maybe they found like the summoning key or the soul box or something, and maybe broke it, and maybe souls are coming through, and they're just maybe stunned and puzzled to see what's coming through. And then they realize it's maybe like Nazi soldiers, and they kind of get like maybe like same think maybe like Mob of the Dead, where they're coming towards them and there's nothing they could do. Maybe they ran out of bullets or ammo. Maybe it's something similar to that. Like it's the same type of soldier, either American, Navy, military, or some sort. Well, actually, maybe it happened in two places because these look more American. But maybe it's just me, and these look definitely more Russian or German. Maybe it's happening in different parts of the world. That would be kind of cool if maybe somehow it happened different parts of the world at the same time, and this is how each country is dealing with it. That would be kind of awesome. But again, that's just something I wanted to point out just in case people missed that. It looks like both the unlocked images on Pawn Takes Pawn and the teaser trailer maybe connect in some sort. The only unfortunate thing, like I said, which I am kind of even puzzled on my own, is let's say this is supposed to be like a head and a shoulder. I mean, it is a really badly drawn, because then they literally have like no head. Maybe it's an alien head and body. Maybe that's hinting also maybe like Spaceland and the aliens and stuff like that. Uh, zombies plus aliens, because that's more like an alien shaped head, maybe a body. They have done this in the past, so it's not far fetched. But again, like I said, just want to kind of point out some of the cartoon characters that are reflecting onto their outfits. Like I said, maybe they died in front of the movie screen of some sort. Maybe it's science fiction, more realistic science fiction. Maybe like it's still maybe the same concept of the afterlife theater. Maybe something coming through the screen, or they went through the screen, but in a more realistic way. Anyways, I just want to leave it at that. Just a couple things I think people might have missed, and I'm hoping that I'm right, because I definitely would love some more Kino and Afterlife type zombies, even Nazi zombies and stuff like that. And I think that's what people have been looking for, more realistic, dark, realistic zombies, maybe like science-based zombies, rather than being so fantasy like Black Ops 3. Even though people like Black Ops 3, it's weird because people like Black Ops 3, but then they still complain about it, that they want the old Jimmy Zelensky style zombies and stuff like this. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thanks.